Okay, interesting. So Jupiter ruled people. I don't know what to call people in these readings. We'll have to figure that out as we go. There is a sense of betrayal going on here in October, like as the ultimate. And there's also a sense of like a power dynamic and you being the more vulnerable person in that. So I feel that in the month of October, possibly you guys are like, you want to pitch something or you want to put yourself out for some kind of leadership position, but there's something that kind of needs to come to an end here in the past. We have two tens. We have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Swords for your past energy. And what's interesting to me is that you're showing up as the King of Cups. So I feel like maybe some of you guys are in a leadership position, even if this is just a family unit. There's something here where it's like this needed to kind of turn over or there needed to be a change, but it felt like a betrayal of some kind. It used to be like very abundant, and this could be a work situation, you know, with the pandemic and the global like stage. It's like maybe you guys were doing really well financially, and so, then all of a sudden that kind of changed and there was certain like betrayal energy. But I'm seeing that you're standing out and you are, you're super loving. You're super, super loving. So there's something here I feel about like a work situation and you're like a supervisor, but then your boss is blocking something here. You guys could be a Pisces with the Hangman and coupled with the King of Cups. You could have some kind of Pisces in your chart. So I'm definitely getting this energy of Purva Bhadra. Into Uttara Bhadra. There's something about expansion and restriction going on here. And so I feel like you're kind of stuck. You're definitely playing nice, I feel like, but it's strategic. Like and you have some kind of like money or business endeavor, but you're isolating yourself off. You're trying to see like what was happening in the future, and I do feel like there's a sense of apprehension about it. Like I said, and I feel like it involves like a hierarchy and money and a group of people. So that's why I'm thinking like some kind of work environment. You are definitely focused. I feel like you're focused on your career and maybe you work in some kind of a creative field. But again, I feel like you're a leader and you're withholding how you feel and think about a situation. I feel like you're doing it strategically because maybe people are like getting fired or business, like certain areas are closing down. And there's some kind of opposite energy, like I said, of expansion and restriction. Maybe protected and vulnerable is like a better way of putting that. You're trying to protect yourself because in certain, like there's somebody here who outranks you or there's a certain vulnerability. Like there is something that is out of your control and it might have like an agenda of its own that might not serve your agenda. So I feel like you are trying to protect yourself. Now I see the Three of Swords is coming out in the future position, which obviously is betrayal, but it's making head over heart decisions. And again, this could have to do with like being some kind of business person. So I don't know if you guys are in a leadership role and maybe you have to fire people, that you have to let a certain number of people go. Because I see that you kind of, I feel like there was definitely good feelings here. And if you are a supervisor, you're a really good supervisor. Unsurprising, Jupiter is made for that. This could even be something like, this is a creative field. This is a spiritual field. But there is something that needed some kind of change. Like it was just ready to turn over. And maybe there's something that you know and you're kind of keeping it a secret. So why is the Emperor here? You're making some kind of a compromise for your career. And you're isolating yourself. Some of you guys could be drinking a little bit more, giving into some kind of excess. Jupiter rules excess. You're trying to see something from someone else's point of view. I feel like you're trying to get in someone's head about something. Yeah, like you're waiting on some kind of a communication from this Emperor person. This could be like a whole organization or something, but this could be like your boss. And this is someone who's like kind of old, very much in charge and control. And so like you could be waiting for some kind of movement, some kind of action, some kind of communication on like what the plan is, what the strategy is moving forward. And until then, you're kind of waiting on bated breath and you're like really pulled back. Some of you guys could be like on a leave of absence and you're waiting to hear whether or not you're coming back. But it does say over here, you guys, like you are safe and divinely guided through this time. There's like really good feelings here though. It's just tainted here. Interesting. I feel like whatever it is that you do, if you're a leader in something, whatever it is that you do, you have a deep appreciation for it. Like you really like it. You're doing something that you love, or you have an opportunity to do something that you love. It's just that the climate seems to be changing. And so like there's a change in the wind and there's some kind of new direction. And I feel like you're stagnant. You're waiting on bated breath. You're trying to like, I feel like this Emperor person, you're trying to get into this person's head. You are definitely playing nice with this person with the Two of Cups. Like this is your next steps, but I feel like it's more of a defensive move. You know, there's fight or flight, or freeze, but there's also a fourth one called fawn, and it's like where you fawn, you know, you act like, oh, I'm nice and everything. I feel like that's what you're doing. You want to maybe even be a part of like this creative experience. You might be schmoozing people. I feel like you're getting along with people. You're putting your best foot forward. You're trying to build your relationships, but it is kind of a defensive move. And again, I feel like there's a lot of things that you're feeling kind of defensive about. You have 2 9s here, and so there's something that you feel like you need to compromise your own vision and your sense of self. You're definitely pulling your energy back because you're definitely pulling your energy back. But you wonder how long you can hold this storm off. You wonder if it's inevitable, you know? So I feel like you guys are in a little bit of a precarious situation here, but you are also showing up with a lot of strength. There's a decision that needs to be made, and I feel like you're just waiting to hear on the verdict of this with the Two of Pentacles here. Yeah, there's just something unknown. And there's no forward movement right now. So you're like kind of stuck in limbo, I feel like. But you are like still showing up very, very strong. Some of you guys are like, you have some kind of offer, or you're waiting to take some kind of an offer. You're hearing... Some of you guys are entertaining other offers. It's like your job's keeping you kind of waiting, but as a defensive move, maybe you're like, maybe you've got some kind of other offer, but you know that the focus, I feel like, is on your career here. And then there's some kind of, I feel you're pulling back because you're waiting. And I kind of think you're trying to enjoy yourself through it. There's something about you that's both vulnerable and completely stable at the same time. I feel like you're in a better position than most people or something, like while you're waiting for some kind of news. And some of you guys got another offer, and so you're debating whether or not you're going to take that. What else can you tell me about this betrayal? Page of Cups. Ace of Cups. Ace of Swords. How many aces do we have? 3? So there's offers here. There's choices. And I feel like you're waiting to see what direction you need to pivot into. And like I said, there's a bit of like, there's a sense of being very stable, especially financially. You guys might have some kind of financial stability here. Some of you guys are waiting to see if you are leaving a job. Oh, so maybe that's the betrayal. Maybe it's you. Like, your head and your heart are on the same page, but there's something, maybe you don't agree with the vision of this, and so you need to move in a different direction. Maybe you're going to start your own company. I feel like some of you guys are just exploring other options. And that's somehow a betrayal to someone. But you're not making your decision yet, I feel like. There's options here. So that's what you're less aware of, is like there is some kind of option here. Okay. Like, I don't know. It's like there's leadership, a group, options, betrayal. But I feel like you're sitting very, like there's a part of you that's very stable, you know? And I feel like you're standing in your power. You're just pulled back, and it's definitely a part of your strategy. You're definitely not telling people what you want or how you feel. I feel like you guys are power negotiating right now. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot that's up in the air. And I feel like you are upset about something that has you feeling stuck. But at the same time, there is a place where you're really, really strong in whatever negotiations this is. And maybe this person doesn't understand that. With the Hierophant, it's like, what you are unaware of is that I feel like this Emperor person, there's like a hierarchy here. Like I said, I feel like there is a hierarchy, and this is involving like a workplace and some kind of group here. And that they're entertaining several options. Look, we have the 4th ace here. I'm just getting, and maybe this isn't a company, but I hope that the metaphors are applying to your life. But like there is something here that needs to pivot. And you're waiting on some kind of information. But these people, what you don't understand is that they're having a hard time choosing between a lot of options. And it's they know that they need to choose and make some kind of action and moving forward. They know that it's like time to move past this like confusing state where they're entertaining all of these options. I feel like they're trying to have their cake and eat it too a little bit right here. And they're trying to like be really balanced and listen to some kind of, I don't know, board or like some kind of higher voice here. But they know that it's past time for them to make a decision. And they're just going to make like a very straight down the middle decision. And it might involve, even though there's a lot of really good feelings here, but it's like something happened and it changed, and now like things have to run away. Things have to go away. Even though everything's nice, maybe even like very lucrative, there's some kind of cuts that need to be made. They're going to make it. So there's going to be some kind of communication, some kind of message that's going to affect you in all the different areas of your life, perhaps. So there's like a structure that's keeping you from moving forward. I feel like you also have a need to understand, what the next move is, to understand what the root of it is, what the driving, like what's the goal, how's the energy going to move. But you're being very strategic here. Emotionally, you're like doing okay here, but there is like a lot of struggle. So I feel like I'm not going to get any more clues than that. There's definitely like a message, a new offer, something like that. Could have to deal with money. It could have to do with, like, this is something about like a success, maybe a severance, of some kind. But there's a head versus heart decision here. And I feel like in the month of October, you're just waiting on some kind of news so that you can make the best choice for yourself. So let me just draw a card for each of the nakshatras and we can see like a little bit more specific. There is like a true love here. I feel like there's a lot of people that are around you that you really like. There's a lot of happiness there, a lot of success. Okay, yeah, something's coming to an end, but like nobody wants it to. And it's highly emotional. And it's requiring some action in order for it to do it. And it's requiring some action towards another group of people. But what I think you don't see is that there's another door that's opening up. And some of you guys already know that because you've already gotten some kind of an offer. So if you are part of a Su, which is the Jupiter ruled nakshatra at the end of Gemini, then we have the Devil card. This involves some kind of restriction. There's going to be some kind of delays. I feel like there's a lot of delay energy in this. There also could be the energy, because with the Devil card also combined with the Death card, I'm getting the energy of Anuradha. So I feel like this involves like some kind of partnership, some kind of friendship. And maybe some of you guys are far from home, or you're waiting to see if you need to move far from home. You're waiting to, there's some kind of contract about the ending of something that you're waiting on. So some of you, if you do end up leaving, it's like you're going to get a severance or something like that. But I do feel like there is some kind of delays and like holding through, but you have all this energy to just like power through something. Be careful not to settle for something less than what you're worth. I feel like you guys work really, really hard. There's definitely a hierarchy involved, though. And you feel bound, I feel like. Why do you feel bound? Because of some kind of foundation, possibly, that you've laid. And you are really committed to finding your success in the material world through this position. So I feel like it is a deeply emotional decision. It's not something you want to let go of. You honestly might be forced to, but I feel like if you are forced to leave through some kind of decision or whatever, and it might not be forced. I feel like some of you guys might get a package or something that like you kind of can't turn down. But I feel like you don't really want to leave. But they may get like a really sweet of a deal. But there is some kind of new opportunity, and some of you guys might even start your own business or your own company or do your own thing. If you are Vishakha, which is at the end of Libra, beginning of Scorpio, which we have Scorpio here, you guys are working really, really hard on something, and possibly in some kind of isolation. And maybe that is coming to a close, and that'll feel kind of abrupt for you. Maybe like, I don't know, you'll feel separated more from the outside world. That's more what, like, maybe you guys are doing a lot of work from home. But I do feel like the movement might be slow, but you have some kind of movement coming in. And I think that you find some kind of maybe you continue working and there's some kind of secret. But I feel like you're just really focused on the task at hand. And whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And I'm not really necessarily seeing what the outcome is. Okay. Like, I feel like you're being very protective, that kind of thing. But I feel like you're taking your mind off of it, and you're just like throwing yourself into your work, even if it's like work at your house, you know? So Purva Bhadra, if you guys are Purva Bhadra, that's the nakshatra at the end of Aquarius and beginning of Pisces. You guys are manifesting something different. I feel like you're really thinking a lot about this situation. You know kind of the nooks and crannies. There is some kind of major transition that's coming through. I feel like you guys have received some kind of abundance though. There is some kind of material goal that you did meet, but there is some kind of sense of abandonment here. And but I feel like it is starting some kind of new beginning for you. And it's something, there's something about communication. I'm not really sure what that communication is about. But it's like, I feel like I'm almost getting, because he's so glowy here, he or she, like the magician's typically a he, but like, and there's so much glow behind the door. Like, I don't know. I feel like you're kind of up to something. I feel like you guys are doing a lot of thinking about this, but your hands are tied. You're trying to figure out who's friend or foe, but there is some kind of abandonment. Honestly, I think though, even if this comes to an end, there's a new opportunity. It's not the end of the world. I feel like you're going to learn and grow from this. And you're going to, maybe even you're going to take some time to do some meditating or to turn to your spirituality. I kind of feel like maybe money wouldn't be such an issue for you for some reason. I don't know if you're going to go stay somewhere or you're going to do some kind of meditation, but I feel like you're manifesting something for yourself. You're communicating like with certain people about a new opportunity or something like that. I almost feel like this gives me the energy of like almost something like if it's you're not going to be left out in the cold. I think there's a new opportunity that might be like, you know, hazed out. What is he playing with? Oh, there's a little stick. Yeah. But there could be a hidden enemy that around you. But I kind of feel like you're just going to bounce back. Like, that's kind of what I'm getting. So, anyways, that is what I have for you guys. Jupiter, if that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I hope you like doing the planetary dominance thing as much as I do and you find it helpful. But thanks for watching. Bye.